Week 3 of 2024 has ended, and here are all the highlights you need to know for Tesla. And this week was spicy as heck. So let's not waste any time. Let's get down to the video. Smash that like button and subscribe. The only thing that I asked as a favor is, can we hit 500 likes on this video? Last week we didn't, but let's see if we can get 500 likes on this video. That would mean the world to me. Let's do it. Let's get down to the video. We're first going to start off with a strong 2024 in China of how many Teslas were insured. Week 1, week 2, we skipped it because I totally forgot about it. I know, sorry, my apologies. But here for week 1, we got a little over 3,000, and in week 2, almost 7,500. So if we compare it to Q4 of 2023, that's not bad. That's actually a strong start. So sheesh moment right there. Another mass invite for the Cybertruck, the Foundation series, has been sent out. I think this is the 10th time or the 9th time. At the same time, look at all that Cybertruck in Dublin, California. So definitely more Tesla deliveries when it comes to the Cybertruck, and this will help the average selling price. And eventually when they hit scale, we can see some margins being improved as well. And not to mention, once interest rates drop, that's gonna really make the biggest difference. But the Cybertruck, 2 million pre-orders, that's serious. Now the thing with Tesla is that they love to smash records and even their own records. And that includes their own website. Apparently Tesla's website ranks second in customer satisfaction according to JD Power studies. So that is a sheesh, that is crazy. At the same time, the Tesla Model Y and 3 are the best selling EVs in America. I mean, literally number 1 is the Model Y, and number 2 is the Model 3. And the rest is just, I mean, either they're cutting production, or they're just not profitable, or they just can't scale. But I mean, this is old news, but now it's becoming official. And what is also becoming official is Tesla Model Y is officially Europe's best-selling car. Sheesh moment right there. So again, Tesla is smashing records across all boards, while becoming more affordable in many countries, as what's happening in Europe as well. So the safest car, the most technological advanced car, and a car that's twice the price of a Corolla, is becoming the world's most best-selling vehicle, the best satisfying vehicle, and counting and getting cheaper. So that, if that's not a sheesh moment, guys, then I have no idea what is. Now moving on to the news of the week, and this is by far the news of the week. And I've already made a separate video on this, you guys can check out here, is Tesla, or Elon, released this video of the Tesla bot, which broke the internet. I think on his thing got like 70 million views, 75 million views and counting. So it broke the flipping internet. But then what came after is what really brought the FUD up and, you know, broke the internet in a bad way, is what Elon said regarding his compensation plan, that he needs 25% voting power. Otherwise, he doesn't want to make Tesla a leading AI or robotics company, and he's willing to make another company and put his new AI ideas on that company, which got the whole internet wild up. Mainstream media, FUD newsmakers, they all hopped onto this, and it was absolutely crazy. I made a separate video, you guys can check it out, card in the corner. But this broke the week. It was a crazy situation. The one good thing about this is that Elon does want a new compensation plan, meaning that he does want to stay in Tesla, and he doesn't want to take anything out from it, which even if he wanted to, he couldn't, because it's the property of Tesla, not property of him. But this means that he does want to stay and continue making Tesla the world's leading AI company with a compensation package. So that's a good sign, and the board will give it to him. I mean, it's a matter of when, after this Delaware court ends. It's a matter of when at that time. But sheesh, this brought the stock even lower. This brought everybody so just full of FUD and scared, and they say, you know what, I'm done with Elon. It was an insane week. If you're still a long-term investor like I am, and you're going through all these things, kudos to you, man. It's getting tough, but I'm buying more. I'm happy. I mean, the stock needs to go down for a reason to buy at the cheap, right? I mean, when the stock is all-time high, it's sunshine and rainbows, right? That's not the time to buy it. The time to buy it is when there's blood on the streets, and there's a lot of blood on the street for Tesla. And this coming week, it's gonna be I'm gonna be buying a lot this week. That's all I'm gonna say. RIP Ultra Cruise, they just canceled that. The AI software, the full self-driving software that Cruise is working on, yeah, they just canceled that. And they said they are refocusing on less capable Super Cruise, like just the normal stuff, like autopilot with Tesla right now, what they're going on, but not like what FSD is, which is quite interesting because everyone's saying LiDAR works, but I guess LiDAR is not really the answer to solving full self-driving. I wonder what company out there that is mass scaling their FSD collection, data collection, without LiDAR. If I only knew a company. Anyways, next up at the competition here is Mazda joined Tesla's supercharging network. Finally, look at this chart, guys. Everyone has joined it except the big dog Stellantis still hasn't. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they came up with a van. Ram came up with a van, and that's part of Stellantis. So I don't know why they're not joining the supercharger network, because that's gonna benefit them. But slowly but surely, they will all. I mean, everyone's doing it. They kind of have to do it unless they want to stay behind. But this is a given. It's a matter of when, not if. Uber and Tesla recently made a deal together, and now it's coming to fruition. Uber steps up efforts to get drivers into Teslas by offering incentives up to $2,000 additional to an EV credit. So that is really good for Tesla. It gets more awareness for Tesla. So this is really, really good. You know, it's quite funny. We all think that Tesla's gonna bankrupt Uber with this full self-driving robotaxis, but they're actually partnering up. Uber is very smart. And you know what? I gotta give a shout out to the CEO of Uber because he's Persian and I'm Persian. I don't know, man. There's a little connection going on there. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, good thinking on his side, partnering up with Tesla. Because later on, you don't want this company to bankrupt you. So when you see it miles ahead, you know, we'll partner up with them. Maybe one day they'll buy us out. So let's see what's gonna happen. Speaking of awareness, Tesla's very clever when it comes to their marketing. First of all, they don't market at all. Advertisement is zero, and they're selling Teslas like hotcakes. But when they try to advertise, or when they try to do something that increases awareness, Uber was one of them, but this is another one. Tesla is enabling destination charging property owners to host self-serve demo drivers directly at their property. You guys can pause here and read what Sawyer Merritt concluded here. Shout out to him, by the way, too. But this is so clever, guys. This will increase awareness and help customers to be more aware and be more educated on EVs, which we kind of need that right now. We need people to know the prices are low. And we also need to know that operating an EV is cheaper, it's affordable than a gas car, and it's more reliant than a gas car. But most people don't see that, don't know that. So we need to have this education. I believe once a compact car comes in, I think things will be more educated. Tesla eventually, I think, will need to advertise, but not their vehicles, but they need to advertise why EVs are easier to operate, cheaper to operate, and just more reliant and durable than the gas car. We need to get the public to know this more, the masses. So eventually I think Tesla will do this. But this destination charging property owner thing, what they're doing here is absolutely very clever. This is amazing, incentivizing people to do it and getting them to talk more about Tesla to other people and getting them to sit in one and actually learn about the EVs. That's actually a really, really good idea. So very clever on Tesla's end on doing this. I give this a good cheese check. Speaking of advertisement, you gotta give a shout out to Ford here because they just gave a free advertisement to Tesla. They are advertising the Ford Mach-E, I believe, and then at the end they say something about the Model Y, and it's just like, why even bring the Model Y? Like, I'm a viewer of that advertisement, and he talks about, oh wow, look, this is a nice Ford, this is a nice Mach-E, and the Model Y. Then he brings up the Model Y, and I'm like, what's a Model Y? Let me go search that up, and all of a sudden, oh, let me compare it to this Mach-E. Oh my God, look at the prices. Well, thank you for shipping me to or sending me to Model 2 Tesla. This was such a bad, oh my God, that's hilarious. Anyways, thank you Ford, shout out to you. And it looks like you're cutting more of your F-150 Lightning, more of your production due to slower demand. I mean, if your truck is giving you or seeing that there's slower demand or lower demand for your truck, then why is Cybertruck still at 2 million pre-order? I don't know, man. I don't think people want an F-150 Lightning anymore when there's a Cybertruck and when there's Tesla. Anyways, Ford, good luck to you because I think you need it. On some groundbreaking news, Giga Nevada is now gonna be under production for their extension to make semis in high volume. Sheesh! Looks like they're getting a good response from Pejjy when they delivered them in December of 2022 to test out the production pilot that they're under. It looks like there is a good response, and now they're slowly getting ready for high volume for the semis. And that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be that's going to increase Tesla's average selling price because each truck goes about, at the moment, maximum of 250,000. But if they hit scale, I think it'll be 150, 120,000, essentially going back to what a gas semi costs, which will be between 70,000 to 150,000. And this is something that we're all been waiting for a long time. And Tesla did say it'll take 18 months for them to, you know, get the results, see what the analytics are, see what the problems are and the duration and how they can make it better with Pejjy. And 18 months is going to end in May or June of this year. So for them to start breaking ground on this is already a good sign that this 18 months seems to be almost a promised timeline for them to see how they can make the semi better so they can get ready for mass scale. And that's what it seems like is happening. So this is a sheesh moment. That's awesome. Tesla Energy. It's been a while that we had any Tesla Energy news, but Sandrata Clean Energy, I don't know if I butchered that name or not. Comment down below if I butchered that or not, but their construction just started to get ready when Tesla delivers about $500 million worth of energy storage. I know I've been saying sheesh a lot in this video, but this is also another sheesh. Mexico. We have some news coming out of Mexico. We do know that they're going to be slowly starting breaking ground for the Giga factory for Mexico, maybe by end of this quarter or the latest end of next quarter. It's late. It's delayed. It sucks, but that's the reality of it. Tesla's starting to hire for positions in Mexico. So that's actually a really good sign. So things are slowly coming. It looks like by end of this quarter, they may start breaking ground if they're starting to hire now. So that seems to be a good idea. On some bad news, because obviously we can't keep talking about good news, is Tesla cuts Model Y prices in Europe once again. And that is not good. And it wasn't a little bit, it was like 7%, which if COGS were going down 7%, since the last price cut, which wasn't that far off, which is not realistic, by the way. I mean, that would have been okay, but I think COGS per each vehicle will go down maybe 1 or 2% this quarter. So definitely these cost prices are going to affect the Tesla stock going lower because EPS gets shrunken down even more. But it's gonna be like this, unfortunately, until interest rates go down some way or not. So Tesla can slowly maintain it or even increase the prices once interest rates go lower, because more people have money in their pockets. They can afford the financing or leasing on a monthly basis. The reason why Tesla brought all these prices down since they increased these rates is because they can match what the financing was on a monthly basis back like 2 to 3 years ago, and they have achieved that. Once interest rate starts to drop, Tesla will probably need to, well, not probably, they probably need to increase prices so they can hit that same amount of monthly payment. Price cuts at the moment is not good, but it's good for their FSD so they can get more data collection. And when this gets solved, that's where the real money is at. And I've already made a video about this, but we'll get to that in a bit. But that's pretty much the major news. The minor news is, which is pretty interesting news, is that Cybertruck showcasing in China, and I mean, it doesn't mean they're going to be selling there, but it's being showcased all around there, which would be interesting to see if China allows Tesla to be the first pickup truck that they can sell ever in their whole history. Because I don't think China allows pickup trucks. So if they can allow Cybertruck, that'll be a historical moment for China and for Tesla, which would be awesome. And other news is Thailand discovering 15 million tons of lithium. Remember, guys, 5 years ago when everyone was going like, yeah, we need to see lithium because, you know, there's not enough lithium to make EVs. Now, all of a sudden, there's lithium in every single country on this planet. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of common sense. The more we look for these minerals, the more we're going to find. I mean, kind of common sense if you ask me. And this will happen with all the minerals and materials that we need. When we need it, we'll look for it. And the more we look for it, the more we're going to find. You think we've discovered all the oil on the planet? There's a lot of oil to be found. We just stopped looking. I mean, the latest place was Guyana, and there's some other places that we found as well, but we're not looking as intensely as we were like decades ago because there's enough oil around the world. So minerals, materials, if you don't look for them, you're not going to find them. And when you look for them, you're going to find them. It's just as simple as that. So 50 million tons of lithium found in Thailand. More EVs coming up. But that's what happened in week 3, guys. The biggest news was the Tesla bot, of course, and what Elon said about Tesla and his compensation package. That was just that took everyone surprise. It was a surprise, mother effer. So that was a sheesh moment. Now, because of that, the stock is going lower. Okay, right? I mean, this whole month of January, we only had 3 green days. The rest of it was all red days. And everyone's been telling me to sell Tesla stock. And I'm just like, man, you guys can check out my response in this video here on... Anyways, you'll see the response in this video. Guys, get your I Bought the Dip t-shirt. I'm wearing one right now to support this channel and subscribe. And I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.